Well, hello there. So it has been a while, and the main reason for that is right here. Hello. He's 4 months old now, and he has been keeping me busy. So between that and grad school, I haven't really had a chance to do any filming. But I wanted to do a quick video to show that I am doing something completely new for me for 2018. If you aren't familiar with my channel, I've done all sorts of things. I've planned in rings. I did a brief stint with Erin Condren. I've done traveler's notebooks, and I did a bullet journal and a leuchtturm. I can never say that right. I always get comments correcting me. However you say it. Most recently, I was back into a traveler's notebook, and it just, I don't know, I wanted to do something different. I enjoyed it, it worked fine, my system was good, but I think I was just wanting something smaller and more contained. I'd heard about Hobonichi, of course, probably 3 years ago when I first started getting back into paper planning, but I hadn't investigated it because I just didn't think it was for me. Also, I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole. But the more I started thinking about it, the more I started thinking that might be what I need to do. So I am still using this. You can see it's pretty fat already, and that's because I'm also using this still as my wallet. I like having everything all in one place, kind of grab and go, and so I wasn't sure I'd be able to make it work, but I really have. This is the Weeks Hobonichi 2018, and let's just get right through it. It's the hedgehog cover, and I do have the on cover little plastic thing on here. So this is my wallet area. I have, this is just a gift card to conceal my credit card information, but I have my credit card and my driver's license, a Target gift card, and I also have my Target red card all right here. These are the ones that I use most often, and I just have a little pouch in my purse now for other cards that I need to reference less frequency. So cash goes here, change usually just stays in my car in a little area. And then I just stuck a Target dollar spot pocket right here just for some pictures of my 3 boys, my youngest there, some photo strip things from my husband's work party, I guess a year ago, 2 years ago, I don't remember. But anyway, that's just a little bit of personality to add to it, to personalize, since it is a structured notebook. All the formatting and everything is already done, as you will see. On the other side here, I just have the little corner pocket, the secretarial pocket that comes with the Hobonichi Techo Weeks, and I stuck it in the front here since it has a secretarial pocket in the cover, and I'm just using this for stickers. I have my diaper stickers that I made, using some clip art from Etsy. I've really been liking, you'll see, the shells scribbles, and so I've been using a lot of those in here. These are the pocket ones that if you fold them up like this, fit wonderfully in here. Another sticker thing that I made for reference, and then this was just the shells scribbles, the winter sample, the free sample thing that's given. Alright, so let's get right into it. Here is the year at a glance, which is all in Japanese, but it's there, and it also has 2018 and 2017 and 2019, and then these are, I believe, holidays. For this, I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for. It is very tiny. There's not a lot of space. This is another form of a year at a glance, but you can write things in. And I finally decided that what I'm going to use it is, I have 3 kids now, and kids get sick. And so I wanted to have a place that, because I always record in my planner if one of my kids is sick, but I wanted to be able to look back and see who's sick when, just to kind of, if I need to, refer back to it, and just have a running record all in one place of kids' illnesses. Definitely not the most fun use of this, but I'm hoping it will be useful for me. A lot of people do birthdays or anniversaries, but I just have those on the monthlies and didn't see the need to have them in 2 places because I'm not going to refer back to that for this. So this is just a log. I know some women use it to keep track of cycle and things, but I'm 4 months postpartum and nursing, and so that hopefully won't be relevant for me for a while. As you can see, we've already had a bout of pink eye in my middle child. But so far, fingers crossed, that's all we've had to deal with. So it starts out with all of the monthlies, and they're all back to back. It goes from, the weeks goes from December of the previous year, so 2017, and it goes, you get a few extra months, it goes until March of 2019, so that you don't need to buy that new calendar just yet when you start having dates for the next year. Honestly, one of the reasons that I ended up doing this instead of doing the Traveler's Notebook system I have been using was crucial to my Traveler's Notebook system was a 2-year monthly pocket planner that I had gotten at the Target dollar spot back in, I guess, 2015, that December or something. But I couldn't find it anymore. They didn't have it, and I didn't like any of the setups of the ones that I was able to find. And so I decided, well, let's just throw out my entire system and do something new. So that's what I'm doing. I use my monthlies mostly for forward planning, for appointments, any trips or events or anything. I keep track of my youngest weight because he had some weight gain issues early on. And so, yeah, that's how I use it. I have all school dates. I also have monthly cleaning tasks for things that are done throughout the year. I have that organized for when I do certain things. But yeah, that's all that's on the monthly. Also birthdays, and I did do a different color for those just to make them stand out. So that is the same setup for my monthlies. When we get into the weeklies, it took a little while for me to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. And again, this starts in, it's a 2018 calendar, but the weeklies start in December, which is nice because it let me test out and see how this was going to work for me. I'll show you a blank just to show you what the setup is for it. So you have a week on one page and then a thing, that's not probably the blank, that's this current week. You have a week on a page, and then you have a Monday start, and then you have a grid page. So how I've been using it, the first week I was just kind of putting stuff in. So I thought I might do some color coding for appointments, didn't use this page at all. But the next week is when I really decided that I was going to try using some stickers in here and do some decorating, but also have all of my information that I need. So this isn't a great week for it, but I can hear my other boys just got home because they were out running errands with Daddy. So it may get a little bit noisy. But here you can see how I have it set up and how I use it, especially this notes page. So I have my meal plan up here. This is a week that we were out because of different events going on, that we were going to be out of the house already in the evening. My shopping list goes right underneath that with the things that I need especially for meal planning. My to-dos, things that need to be done that week, and then my weekly tracker, mostly cleaning tasks and packing the boys' snacks for lunch. On this side, I just have all of any to-dos, appointments. They're all kind of mixed in there together. Again, the weeks is in Japanese entirely. So you have at the top things that are written obviously in English and Japanese, and you have that for each of these as well, but it does have the English and the numbers, so it's not really a problem. The only thing that's more of a problem that you can't really understand unless you speak Japanese is the quotes down here. And so I tend to just cover those up a lot of the times because I don't read Japanese. But each day has the moon cycle as well, which is pretty neat. So if you keep track of that. And it also tells you which week it is in the course of the year. So, zoom back out. This is how I have been doing it. I did things a little bit different for Christmas because there wasn't as much going on, so I didn't need to be quite as regimented with it. As you can see, we were traveling and out of town. But I'm liking it. I wasn't sure how I was going to like the week all on one page, but it's worked out well. I knew that I didn't have the patience for dailies with an infant at home just because I don't have time every night to plan out the next day. And this is working. So it has all of these, of course, for the entire year. But then at the back, you then have a notes section. And my notes section isn't entirely set up yet just because baby and school, it hasn't been a priority. But here you can see how this is set up. It has an index space for you as well, which is nice. And so I'm keeping track of the things, what I'm using this for is the things that I want to have on the go. So clothing sizes for my husband and my boys, I have this recorded elsewhere, so I'm just going to copy these over. I do it usually in a friction pen so that I can just erase it and change it as they grow. Dining options in the area, just to keep ideas based on what area of town we're in. Again, I haven't filled that out yet. This is something that's just relevant to me right now, keeping track of my youngest, Jude's, length and weight and comparing it to his brother's. So I went back, I haven't gone back with my middle child to get his length ones yet, but I did do the weights just to see how they're growing compared to one another, because what good parent doesn't compare their kids? And it has a bunch of notes pages back here, so that is nice. I don't know how I'm going to use all of them. And then you get back into the information section, which again is in Japanese, so not really going to use that, I don't think. In the back, I have another pocket that I just stick pictures in. Same thing there. Another one of the Target pockets. And then this is part of the cover, and so I just have coupons that I want to have with me on the go. The cover on cover does have a pen loop, and so I have a Sharpie pen, a retractable one. And yeah, that's my setup. So when I was exploring the Hobonichi, I didn't know how the week on one page, as I said, was going to work for me. I also didn't know if it would bother me too much to not have it in English, to not have the quotes. And so I got the weeks. I got all these on JetPens. I will link down below the JetPens site where I got them. And I wanted to also look at the, I think it's just called the Planner, the English version. So I have this. It's an A6 size. The weeks is supposed to be like a passport wallet size. It doesn't really fit in any of my traveler's notebooks well. It's too tall for personal size, too short for a standard traveler's notebook. I'm sure there is one that it does fit, but I haven't explored it and I just got the cover on cover instead. I like the hedgehogs. But this is the A6 one, and I have this in the notebook that I use. It's Chic Sparrow, Pelican Deluxe. I got it in an orphan sale. I think they call it the Grab Bag Second Chance or something like that now. But I don't really keep up with it to know what it is. But this had been my pregnancy notebook, and it's continued to be now after he's born. You can see that was all pregnancy stuff, and now that he's born, it is stuff that I do each month with him. Just keeping track of all of it. So that's what this first notebook is. And so I have just tucked into the back here my A6 Hobonichi, I think it's just called the Planner. Yeah, the Hobonichi Techo 2018 Planner. So this is a daily setup, and it is all in English, as I've said repeatedly now. Sorry, I keep repeating myself. But you have the 2018 year at a glance, 2019 year at a glance. This one doesn't have 2017. And then you have the monthly, like what this has, all on the one page, the one that I'm using for the sickness tracker. This has it spread out over several pages, which is interesting. And I don't know how I'm using that. And I got this not knowing which one I would want as my main planner, but since I decided I do like the weeks as my main planner, I still wanted to have a use for this. And so this has been is what I'm doing more for memory keeping. I haven't done anything in the monthlies yet. It does go the same as the other from December 2017 until the March 2019 for the monthly spread. I haven't recorded anything in here, but I'm going to use this for milestones, teeth coming in with my youngest, those sorts of things that I can just write right on here, any sort of pediatrician appointment, stuff that I'm not referencing for planning, but more for memory keeping and keepsakes. And so I have a couple of days that I've missed in here that I need to go back in, but I'm mostly using it just to kind of big picture thing for the day, not my to-dos, not necessarily all the appointments, but just pictures and big things that happen that kind of summarize the day. So we came back from visiting family on the 1st, so I just have a picture of the boys all asleep in the car and that up there. I have to fill in still the 2nd and the 3rd. I didn't start doing this until the 4th. And I also need to print out a picture from his form when he turned 4 months. So we had a snow day, so that's what it is for January 4th. a quote that my son said, that my middle son said, that made me laugh. He came in and said, "May I have a quick word, Mommy?" And just coming out of a 4-year-old's mouth, that made me laugh. Different pictures of appointments that we had, a breakfast with friends, even little things like Jude took a really good nap, and I actually was able to nap with him some that afternoon, so that was awesome. And more pictures. And I started back to school on this day, but also that I had class here. So I wanted to talk a bit about the pictures in here because they are awesome. For Christmas, I asked for, and my husband got me, this Kodak photo printer. Kodak photo printer mini. So I've had the LG pocket photo printer, and it was okay. You can see that, let me grab one that I used for that. This is one of the ones from the LG pocket photo printer. And it's alright, it works. It's not the highest quality, but it's inexpensive, and it's a way to get the pictures out of the phone and actually be prints in hand without having to order them elsewhere. But I watched a review because I wasn't satisfied with the quality, and I've heard about the sprocket and other things, so I watched a YouTube video. I'll see if I can find it and link it down below, comparing a bunch of the main photo printers. And so I saw the Kodak photo printer mini, and the quality was just phenomenal compared to the others. It is slower in printing. It is a bigger, as far as the actual pocket size, it's less easy to take on the go. It uses cartridges instead of the same little zinc things that the LG and the Polaroid Zip use. And it makes a bigger actual picture that doesn't necessarily fit as well everywhere. But the quality was so much better that it was absolutely worth it to me. Let me show just the comparison so you can see that it's definitely bigger. It's a bigger picture to begin with, but the quality is just so much better. The colors are more vivid. It still comes in the sticker paper, though I think it might be slightly more expensive than the zinc paper, but it is absolutely worth it to me. Let's see if I can show another. A lot of these pictures weren't great to show as far as quality. This is probably the best one because a lot of these were just not taken very well because it was dark. But yeah, you can just see how much more vivid the colors are, and it's not the same fuzziness that you have with this, where some of the colors aren't coming through quite right. And I absolutely love it. So I just wanted to, probably spent way too long talking about that, but the Kodak mini printer, if you're in the market for one and you don't mind that it's kind of bulkier, and you don't mind having cartridges instead and bigger prints, absolutely recommend it because it is so much better as far as quality. So yeah, I am enjoying having this as a kind of more of a journal and memory keeping. I'm not super artistic, so I'm not going to do the watercolors and all that a lot of people do, but it is all the same. I meant to say this is all the Hobonichis use the Tomoe River paper, which is so thin and wonderful, and so that's nice. If you do watercolor and lots of artsy sorts of things, then that would be a good fit for you. So that's what's been going on with me planner wise. I'm liking the Hobonichi. I am glad that I did decide to investigate it further because it's a good fit for me, I think. We'll see how it keeps going. I don't know if I'm going to keep using stickers or not, but I had them and I'm liking using them for now, and they fit well. The little shells, scribbles, pocket ones fit well in the Hobonichi, so that's a nice bonus. But yeah, I would love to see what you are doing for 2018. Have you explored Hobonichis? Are you doing something new for 2018 or sticking with what works for you? Leave me some comments down below, and I hopefully will be able to do more frequent videos going forward now that little guy's getting bigger. I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.